What's up, guys? Happy Saturday. It's August 7th, 2021. We've got all day baseball. There's an afternoon slate and a pretty big main slate. The Blue Jays and the Red Sox do play doubleheader baseball today. It's going to catch both ends of the DraftKings slates, but remember, just 7 innings on those games. And FanDuel not going to pick them up. In this video, we're going to focus on just the main slate tonight. I do need to remind you guys today there will not be a live stream on this channel, but I will be live this afternoon counting you down to Main Slate lock on the Osmo channel with my buddy Greg Ehrenberg. So go check that out. First look here, then later today, catch up and revisit our thoughts on the live before lock. You guys know the drill. We like to find 2 pitchers to kind of start our day with, a couple of hitters, and a couple stacks. We'll get into those, but we want to discuss briefly overview on what's on this slate. There are 11 games on the DraftKings docket, 10 on the FanDuel. And these games are Rays at the Orioles, Shane McClanahan taking on Spencer Watkins. We've got a 10 total with the Rays implied for 6. We got the Red Sox at the Blue Jays. That's the second half of their doubleheader. Tanner Houck taking on Jose Barrios. It's going to be some lower than usual run totals because it's only 7 innings there. 3.9 on the Blue Jays, 3.2 on the Red Sox. Only a DraftKings decision. Reds hosting the Pirates. Mitch Keller taking on Vladimir Gutierrez. Reds implied run total of 6. Pirates at 4.6. Then we got the Tigers at the soon-to-be Guardians. Tyler Alexander taking on Eli Morgan. The Tigers coming in with a 4.7 implied run total. The Indians 5.4. Twins at the Astros. Michael Pineda taking on Luis Garcia. Astros 5.3 implied run total. Losing in extras yesterday to the Twins. Back-to-back L's there for the Houston Astros, taking on the 3.8 implied run total of the Twins. Brewers hosting the Giants again. Aaron Sanchez up against Brandon Woodruff. Really low total for this one, almost 7.5 right now, amongst one of the lowest game totals you'll see all season. So I'm very interested to see if that line moves aggressively or not so much later on. Royals at the Cardinals. Brad Keller taking on Kwang Hyun Kim. We've got Royals with 3.5 run total, 4.6 on the Cards. Nats at the Braves, 5.3 implied run total for the Braves. Charlie Morton on the bump, 3.3 runs for the Nats with Josiah Gray on the bump. And then I want to point out here that we just went through 4, 6, 8 of 10 or 11 games, depending on what site you're playing on. All those lock between 7:05 p.m. Eastern and 7:20 p.m. Eastern. So this is definitely one of those nights to get those CSVs in, unless you're really enamored with some of the later options. 8:10 p.m. Eastern, Coors Field back like it never left. Austin Gomber hosting Jesus Luzardo. Marlins 4.7 implied run total. Rockies 5.9. The Padres hosting the D-backs. Taylor Widener taking on Yu Darvish. Padres 5.2 implied run total. D-backs 3. And then the main event, the Dodgers going down against the Angels, hosting them tonight. 3.1 is your implied run total for the Angels. Dodgers 5.5. Yami Barria taking on Julio Urias. So should be a fun slate. There's definitely some interesting names at pitcher to go after today. There's some interesting stacks to go after. There's still cores on the table, so hopefully we can navigate as the day progresses and really come up with a super solid player pool. This video brought to you by RunDFS.com. That's not just the place where we play DFS. That's the place where we run DFS, man. I invite you guys, come check us out. Right now, $20 to get you a week pass. That'll get you daily access to the RunDFS.com MLB VIP spreadsheets, the RunDFS.com premium Discord, the pre-lock voice chats, and it's just a month until NFL's back. And that'll be the bridge to get us to NBA, and then it is just a amazing, beautiful time of year. We implore you to come be part of that. Also, this video brought to you by PrizePicks.com. If you're not signed up on PrizePicks yet, you've been hearing about it, what's the big deal? Go sign up. Use code GUNDACKER. They'll show me some love, then they'll show you some love. Get up to $100 deposit bonus instantly, no slow drip, and be able to turn $20 into $40, 50 into 100, 100 into 200 and have some fun. Bet against the projections. You don't have to worry about sharks. You don't have to worry about running 150 lineups. You don't have to worry about value. Worry about the projections. Worry about yourself, okay? Let's talk picks. 2 pitchers, 3 hitters, 2 stacks. That's what we like to do in these videos. And we're going to crank it up with pitchers. 2 pitchers I want to start my palette with today. Let's start in Camden Yards. How about this? Shane McClanahan, 8,500. The reason I'm looking at him, I feel like 8,500. That's a soft landing for anywhere between 15, 25 DKP. And I do think Shane McClanahan has the potential to give me that 20 plus DKP because he has the strikeout potential. Last couple games for him, 25.9, 12, 23, 12, 13. Against the Orioles, one outing this season, he dropped 23.7 at 8,500. Like I said, if you can knock on the door of 20, I'm an investor. And he has had a really, really tough stretch of opponents. It has been the AL East death row, right? Boston, the Yankees, Baltimore, Blue Jays a couple of times. And then prior to that, we saw some Angels, Seattle, White Sox. So I do think this kid projects pretty well. 27.9% K rate to righties, 28.6% K rate to lefties. Against lefties, a 2.5 xFIP, and against righties, a 3.52 xFIP, which is fine. I'll take that all day long, all day strong. The fly ball rate higher than the ground ball rate higher than the fly ball and line drive rate, and I'll take that. And the hard contact rate specifically to righties, sub 29%, and that's going to be something we isolate and focus on because outside of Cedric Mullins, it's pretty likely that Shane McClanahan is facing 8 right-handed hitters today, and he's been rock solid against them. So I'm going to invest quite a bit in Shane McClanahan today at 8,500 on DraftKings to give me a solid range of outcomes, and I'm hoping for a little bit of upside. The Rays do have almost a 2-run differential when it comes to implied runs for this one, so I do like him for the win. And yeah, let's move on to the other pitcher I'm going to get behind today, and that's down there in Atlanta. The Braves playing some meaningful baseball, right? You thought once Ronald Acuna went down, things might be tough and this might just be a lost season. But check this out. MLB standings, the NL East, Phillies for the night. Half a game in first place above the Mets, and then the Braves 1 game back. That's a three-leg race right now, and all teams are within 1 win of each other and 1 loss of each other. So every win is going to count down the stretch. And I gotta believe that the Braves, when Charlie Martin is on the bump, when he's due up and his number's called, they're gonna have to go out there and they're gonna have to perform and hopefully lean on Morton, the veteran, to go deeper than some of the other starters that they have in their rotation right now. And he's catching a Nationals lineup that is pretty depleted, all things considered, trading away a lot of their big pieces. Juan Soto saw some rest, so he'll probably be in the lineup today, and he's definitely going to be the most menacing bat in this lineup. And while maybe this lineup doesn't project extremely strikeout heavy, it's still a lineup I think Morton can navigate through and get to that curveball quite a bit and hopefully eat enough innings. I would really like 6-7 innings out of him. We saw him go 6 innings or more in 4 of his last 5 starts, and that's a good sign. I think he's got 1 start against the Nationals this season, only got to 16 DKP, but I kind of am digging on a little bit more narrative here today, and the Braves looking at him to really deliver for this team. So I'm in on Morton. He's got a 30.6% K rate to lefties. Hopefully maybe he can neutralize Juan Soto just a little bit with that K rate, and the ground ball rate elevated to both sides as well, 44.3% to lefties, 48.9% to righties, and hopefully he'll get to a strikeout per inning, if not more, through this lineup, and I'll lean on him. So give me some Morton, give me some McClanahan, a couple other pitchers I'm digging, but these are 2 I think I'm going to start with. Let's talk hitters. Moving to Cleveland, the matchup for the Indians is up against Tyler Alexander of the Tigers, the southpaw. He has a 5.29 xFIP to righties, just an 18% K rate, 3.08 average allowed to righties, and a 2. That's right, a 2 home run per 9 to right-handed hitters, 47.6% fly ball rate, and a 43% hard contact rate. Jose Ramirez has entered the chat. Hey, you up? Winky face. Jose Ramirez, come on, gun. 6,100. Hey, man, stay with me. 6K, I'll take it. Jose Ramirez definitely offers you a lot of power, a lot of floor, a lot of upside, and some stolen base potential. So I'm a buyer on him, but I promise you I'll make it up. You stay with me on the 6K bet. I'll go get you a 2K bet. We'll kind of mix them together and pay 35 per, something like that, right? Math. Don't look it up. Jose Ramirez. You know the drill. This season against lefties definitely has been his better split. 280 average against lefties so far. 6 bombs in 132 at bats. And if we put some more power friendly and abbreviated numbers, he's got a 205 ISO to lefties this season, a 123 WRC plus, and just a 485 slugging. So those numbers actually dip a little bit more when you put them side by side to his righty splits, but I'm willing to bet on him here. Really low K rate, and like I said, I do like the fact that that he can give me a little bit more of a floor with some stolen base potential, and I like him to be in the thick of things in this Indians lineup that kind of came through yesterday. They have an implied run total today of 5.4. Alexander's going to be backed by a really, really weak Tigers bullpen. So if Jose Ramirez is in the top 3 of this order, you put him behind Ahmed Rosario, Miles Straw that have been good in this spot for them, and then Franmil Reyes, maybe a little protection behind him. Yeah, I think Jose Ramirez might pay off the 6,100 price tag. Hopefully people don't get there on him, but I'm thinking 6K might be the new normal for these high upper echelon hitting. If we take a pause for the cause just for a second, we'll talk about the Cincinnati Reds pricing. They're not going to be a recommended stack today, and it's only because of these prices that we've got on them. I don't think I can recall a time ever where 3 guys from the same team have been over 6K. And today, Joey Votto, Mike Moustakas, and Jesse Winker, if you play them all together, that's going to be over 18.5K of your DraftKings salary. That's exponential. It's astronomical. So 6K might be the new 5K when it comes to DraftKings pricing, and I'm not necessarily against it. You kind of space it out a little bit, but give me some J-Ram today. Let's move on to the next hitter pick of the day. Let's go to 5K. Remember when 5K was expensive? Let's go out to Coors. Trevor Story. He's waiting for us. Trevor Story's 5.6 on DraftKings, 4.3 on FanDuel. He's getting Jesus Luzardo, Southpaw coming into Coors, and he's going to boast a 4.76 xFIP to righties, a 3.07 average to righties, and a 2.87 home run per 9 this season to right-handed hitters. High fly ball rate. Maybe regression's coming for that 2.87 home run per 9. You sure would hope so. But Rockies have been really doggone hot as of late. This past week between the Cubs, between yesterday against Alcantara, they really put up some runs here, and this Marlins pitching staff is not used to getting treated like they got treated yesterday, especially Alcantara. I think he gave up 10 earnings when it was all said and done. So I do like Trevor Story to be in the thick of this offense, and I will talk more about this offense in just a little bit. I know that's kind of selling out, but man, I'll take Trevor Story at 5,600. I'll take Jose Ramirez, and I think there's going to be plenty of value on the slate to kind of make it work. Let me put these guys in the lineup for now. Jose Ramirez, and then we'll put Morton and McClanahan. Just to kind of do some aesthetics here. If we put these forward, that's going to give us 3,400 per. That's fine, right? Maybe we can save a little bit, punt the catcher, and punt an outfielder. Let's talk about former Yankee great Hoy Park. That means today Park in Spanish. You learned something. You never know what you're going to learn in this video, right? Like if you learn that, hit the thumbs up. Hoy Park projected to lead off for the Pirates. Ben Gamel looks like he's on the IL, so Hoy Park kind of filling a need here. And he's leading off in probably one of the top 3 most favorable parks in all of baseball. And he's taken on Vladimir Gutierrez, who up until this point, just a 12% K rate to lefties, a 6.75 xFIP to lefties, a 2.1 home run per 9 to lefties, and a 12.8% walk rate to lefties. Is that bad? Well, it's not good. Hoy Park is 2,300 on DraftKings, 2,300 on FanDuel. If he catches this leadoff spot, let's talk about what he was doing in the minors. He was in the Yankee system. A lot of Yankee fans were pretty upset when the Yankees traded him away. They're basically, we're going to run out of options, and it's not like he's going to start over Judge or Standers or guys like that. But in the minors, he was tearing it up. This season in the minors, a 250 or a 412, a 292 average in the minors this season, 439 OBP and a 944 OPS. 11 stolen bases to go with 11 homers, 62 hits in 212 at-bats. He was really good, and so far he's been rock solid for the Bucks. If you look at his small sample size, whenever he's getting some opportunities, whenever he's getting 4 at-bats in a lineup, he's flirting with double digits, 10, 8, 13. Yesterday he got a pinch hit double. He's good. So I like him to project as the leadoff hitter in this park against a really plus matchup, and he's going to save some salary for me because I am going to be invested in some of these 6K, 5K guys like Trevor Story, like Jose Ramirez. So if I put those 3 in the lineup, catch those pitchers, I'm stuck with 36-20. I still think I can get away with punting a catcher or something like that, and still fill out a pretty solid lineup for like a single entry, short entry, something like that. So that's the 2 pitchers I'm looking at early on, 3 hitters I'm looking at early on. Now let's talk stacks. Since I mentioned Trevor Story, we'll talk about the Rockies first. You guys have been watching the box score, and if you saw last night, last night was absolutely ridiculous what they were able to do to Alcantara. And if you've been monitoring what they've done on the day slates, the couple days prior, caught Jake Arrieta, caught Alec Mills, their offense is clicking right now. Coors is coming through. They have been the highest scoring home team in baseball. That's par for the course for the Rockies, and yesterday was really no different. CJ Cron got in on the action. We'll pull up the Coors Field DK Live results. Charlie Blackmon got a bomb. Brendan Rodgers got home run points. Trevor Story 2 hits. Both of them were for extra bases. He drew a walk as well. Ryan McMahon a 20 bomb. CJ Cron with a 40 bomb. Hello, I am Elias Diaz, 19. I feel like whenever he starts, he's homering. And of course, German Marquez with the big stick, striking out the world, man. It kind of saved my night. Him and I had him and Logan Webb and some really funky lines ended up looking pretty solid for me. Now we're not chasing points here, but I want to point out, we're quick to look down on the Rockies, but lately they've been pretty solid, and I do think their matchup today is definitely an exploitable one, and one that they can get off on. The Rockies right now have an implied run total of 5.9. That might push 6 plus runs, and temperatures projected to be in the 90 degrees, so even hotter out there in the thin air, the altitude, and already the most hitter-friendly park in baseball. I'm in on the Rocky stack, and unlike years past, the Rockies don't have that tax, right? The Cincinnati Reds, it was roles reversal back then. I would be stacking the Reds in that game because it would be so cheap, and Coors Field would be priced up just because it was Coors Field. And now you got 3 Reds at over 6K. And we look at the Rockies, just Trevor Story over 5K. The rest of the lineup is 4K or less. I'm in on it. I just think there's a lot of perceived, implied, and potential value to get against Jesus Luzardo. So give me the Rocky stack. I'll be a buyer. And then let's talk about the next stack, the last stack I want to address here. And let's go talk about the Tampa Bay Rays. They are in a hitter's park, Camden Yards. It's a team that I often kind of stay away from in Tropicana. That park is just not great. It's not great. End of sentence. But offensively, you put that park comparatively to Camden Yards, and it's night and day. Camden right now playing as 1.16 park in terms of like a home run. I don't know how to explain it. On a linear scale, like the plus metric, 1.16, so 16 points above league average in homers allowed. And yesterday, they were able to come out and spring. Nelson Cruz, we saw him batting second yesterday. You knew he was going to get one if you gave him 5 or 6 at-bats. He's 5,500. I like him quite a bit. I really like the FanDuel prices up and down for this potential Rays lineup. Brandon Lau, G-Man Choi, Nelson Cruz, Austin Meadows. Those are all 4 names I can get behind for sure. And they're taking on Spencer Watkins. And I always like to bring this up. Spencer Watkins has a 9.8% K rate this season, an 8.9% swing and strike rate. With a 5.43 Sierra and a 6.36 xFIP to righties, Mike Zumino exists on the Rays squad. He has just a 158 batting average against righties and a 38.4% K rate against righties. But guess what? When he is swinging and he's making contact, his batted ball events against right-handed pitching, when he does make contact, he has a 25.4% barrel rate and a 214 ISO. So this is definitely a spot I'd be looking at Mike Zunino to perhaps be a problem. He's not that deep on DraftKings, but on FanDuel, 2,600, people aren't necessarily obligated to play catchers, and they don't feel like they should play catchers. 2,600 might be a fun tournament play to get behind for Mike Zunino to smack one of those barrels up against Spencer Watkins, who allows a pretty elevated fly ball rate and just dares hitters to make contact. So I do like the Rays stack here, up and down, through and through, and Brandon Lau 6,100, 6K, the new 5K for DraftKings. That's what I got on the first look here. Let me know what you guys are thinking on your first perusal of this slate. I'm pretty sure perusal is not a word, but we don't have to peruse the dictionary to prove whether or not that is true. Bars, I'm not a rapper. I appreciate you guys hanging out, man. Twitter.com/Gundacker. If you guys got anything else for me, hit me up, but hit that thumbs up. Participate in the channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. We'll be back with more content Monday. We'll have a Monday first look video and a Monday afternoon live stream, I believe. I haven't checked the schedule, but I'm pretty sure Monday afternoon live stream. So I appreciate you guys joining me. I will be back live this afternoon on the Osmo channel, and then again tomorrow morning with on the Osmo. I don't remember who my co-host is. So I'll see you guys on the next video. I love you guys. I hope you crush it today. Good luck. God bless. And go win some money. Channel memberships are live. If you've got love for me, I got love for you. Earn your status as a baller, legend, or Hall of Famer and get exclusive perks in this channel like members only video content, live streams, and rock those custom emojis and badges next to your name that you can flex in every comment section on this channel or in our live stream live chats. Memberships are the best way to show love for me, show love for the content, and make sure more content comes your way.